Hey guys, welcome to Model Monster Wrestling and welcome to my NXT review this week. So before starting the review, please comment. I beg you to comment in the comment section below. So we'll start the NXT review right now. She started with Danny Murch versus Adam Cole in a non-title match. It was a pretty good match with Danny Burch tried to out wrestle Adam Cole and tried to hit strong style moves on him, but Adam Cole was too smart, and Adam Cole outsmarted Danny Burch and tried to hit a neck breaker outside and then hit a neck breaker inside and worked over Danny Burch. But Danny Burch made a very good comeback, hitting German suplexes and clotheslines and headbutts and stuff. And he went for crossface, but Adam Cole reached the ropes, and in the end, Adam Cole hit a Yushigoroshi on Danny Burch and then hit a brainbuster neck breaker on Danny Burch for the win. It was a pretty good match. It was a very fast-paced match, and it made Danny Burch look good. And Adam Cole, as you know, he is very very good. So next up we had Candice LeRae backstage, and she was interviewed about facing Shayna Baszler, and she said that she will face Shayna Baszler and she's going to beat her. But then Shayna Baszler came out and said that you cannot beat me. I'm Shayna Baszler and I'm very dominant person and all that shit. And Shayna Baszler was pretty good here again. And then Candice LeRae just slapped her, which was pretty good. And what that was a very good slap. I gotta agree. And Shayna Baszler also said that she couldn't handle Gargano. How can she handle Gargano now? How can she handle Gargano when she's crippled? And then Candice LeRae slapped her and they brawled. And it was a pretty good segment and it was very very good. So next up we had another women's segment, that is Kairi Sane versus Vanessa Bourne. It was again a very good match. It was basically Kairi who carrying Vanessa Bourne, but Vanessa Bourne looked pretty good in this match. And Vanessa Bourne has improved a lot, and it was pretty good. And Kairi Sane finished the match with a submission, that is called the anchor, and it was a great looking submission. It looked very painful, and it was a pretty good. It was pretty good because it makes two finishers for Kairi Sane, and I think every wrestler should have at least two finishers and a submission on in their arsenal. So yeah, it was very very good and I love that. And Kairi Sane's finishers are absolutely amazing. Her diving elbow drop is amazing, and her submission is amazing. So yeah, it was very very good. Next up, we had again a women's segment, and that was Dakota Kai backstage. Kathy Kelly was interviewing her, and then Lacey Evans come in, and then they bickered about something. And next week we will have a match between Dakota Kai and Lacey Evans, which will be good, which will be very good because Lacey Evans is very very good. Lacey Evans' character, I like her. She is very good in the ring, and she's also very good on the mic. And you know, Dakota Kai is absolutely amazing in the ring. So yeah, this match will be amazing. Not amazing, but it will be a very good match. So yeah, next up we had Aleister Black coming out, and Johnny Gargano said that you have to beat Tommaso Ciampa, and should not let Tommaso Ciampa be NXT champion. And that's Black said, yeah, all right. And then Johnny Gargano stopped him again and said the same thing again. And Aleister Black says, yeah, all right, I will, but you mind your own business, you son of a. And then he just went in a room, and Tommaso Ciampa beat the shit out of him and hit a DDT just like he did to Johnny Gargano. I personally think Johnny Gargano was distracting Aleister Black. I think it's Johnny Gargano's plan, and I think he is going to cost Aleister Black the championship at NXT Takeover Brooklyn. I personally think, and yeah, whatever. I hope Aleister Black retains. Yeah, people will say, how the fuck can you say Aleister Black retains? Tommaso Ciampa is on fire and Johnny Gargano is on fire. I don't give a shit. I like Aleister Black, and I think Aleister Black should have a lengthy title reign, and he should be dominant, and he should just squash people up. He's that damn good. And yeah, next up we had the main event. Now this was absolutely fantastic. Maybe the best. It is one of the best tag matches in NXT and it is certainly one of the best TV matches in NXT, and it is certainly one of the best tag team TV matches in NXT, because we have also got American Alpha versus Dash and Dawson in NXT TV, but this was also fantastic. What it had was baby faces. As the bell rang, the heels, Undisputed Era, tried to beat Moustache Mountain, but the baby faces retaliate, and they started to beat up the heels, and they cleared up the ring, and started to hit double move tag team moves on them. But then at times they started brawling, and Kyle O'Reilly just beat up Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven was on the steel steps and was beating Roderick Strong, but Kyle O'Reilly came in, and Trent Seven was distracted by him, and Roderick Strong hit him, smashed Trent Seven on his knees on the steel steps, and they started to work on Trent Seven, and Roderick Strong hit a strong lock on Trent Seven. It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And Kyle O'Reilly, like an absolute scavenger, was going after the knees and legs of Trent Seven, and it was absolutely beautiful. Kyle O'Reilly is a blessing to on this earth, and it was very very good. But then Trent Seven somehow made the tag to Tyler Bate, and Tyler Bate ran wild, and suddenly he was running wild, but the distraction from, and he hit Tyler Driver 97 on Roderick Strong, but Kyle O'Reilly made the save, and then Roderick Strong hit a backbreaker on Tyler Bate, and then they just threw him on Trent Seven, and Trent Seven made the tag in, which was a big mistake. This point played them in the match very well, and then Trent Seven ran wild on Roderick Strong and hit a 7-star lariat on Roderick Strong, but then the heel starting, but then Kyle O'Reilly hit a chop block on Trent Seven. They started working on Trent Seven again and again, and it was absolutely fantastic. And Tyler Bate made the save, but the referee warned him. It was the old school one save rule. In this, you can only make one save when your opponent is in the ring and he is in submission. You can only make one save, and Tyler Bate already did it. But then they again made Kyle O'Reilly again put him into the submission hold, and Trent Seven was trying to go to Tyler Bate, but Tyler Bate but he wasn't able to do that, and Tyler Bate was nearly in tears, and he was desperate to get the tag. And Mauro Ronaldo's commentary was fantastic, that it is the most important tag in the history of wrestling, but he wasn't able to do that. And Tyler Bate, seeing his mentor and his friend in pain, could not handle that, and he just threw the towel, and Undisputed Era are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Absolutely fantastic match. Loved the storytelling in the match. Loved the old school wrestling in the match. Loved everything about this match, and this was Trent Seven's best performance in the NXT, in the WWE by far. Tyler Bate has given us better performances, of course, because of his match with Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly also had given us the better performances. But Trent Seven had very good performance in this, and each and every one of them stood out. Absolutely fantastic match, and this was my NXT review this week. NXT was fantastic show. I hope it will continue to roll this momentum up. Thank you guys, and have a nice day.